Alright, I'm going to do a recap of the Life After Lockup Trick or Cheat episode. It starts off with John, the one that's with Christiana, and he's preparing for her release because she's supposed to get out the next day, and he's waxing his car that he'd bought recently. And he also said he's trying to avoid Tara because she hasn't said a single thing to him since he told her that she had to move out before Christiana came home from prison, since Christiana can't live with anyone with open charges and her sister has open charges from a drinking and driving incident 6 months prior. Tara comes out with her bags and she tells John that she's going to stay with her ex for a few days, and John goes, "You know what happens there, I don't think that's a good idea." And John told Tara that he wished there's more he could do, but he was all tapped out. And Tara went and told producers that Christiana was lucky because John had bought new cars, a new pool, new furniture, and getting the house all redone. And if it wasn't like that when she first came to John's. And then she said, "I don't know, he was in prison for 14 years because of fraud. Where is he getting all these things?" And that's just messed up to throw someone under the bus like that after they let you live with them for the past 9 months without having to pay one bill. And he gets paid $2,000 for every episode he's in, so money from the show. And then he's notorious for asking fans for cash apps and Venmos and setting up GoFundMes and going on other people's YouTube lives and begging for money. Then she told John that she'd probably come over and visit her sister when she got out, and John said, "No, you can't do that. You can't come over and see her. They're going to be monitoring her somewhat closely." And Tara said it's not like her parole officer is going to be watching her 24/7 or anything. And John replied, "What if they do a house check and I have to protect her?" Talking about Christiana. And John told producers he had to do what was best for his wife at this point, and if Christiana saw Tara and him together, she would know right away that there was a couple of sparks flying, and then he'd be in a lot of trouble. And John told Tara if she shows up, he's going to have to ask her to leave. And Tara told producers her and her sister have a lot to talk about, and Christiana doesn't know John, and she does, and she said it won't be long before she will be back. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Do you think Tara has the right to act this way? Let me know in the comments below. So, big-lipped Lacey. Man, she needs to chill with those lips. Those lips are huge as and they look like they're taking up half of her face, like they're about to swallow her whole face. Like, oh my gosh, she just needs to chill on those lips, for real. So, Lacey went out to eat with her dad, and she was barking at her dad, upset that her dad told Shane that John was out, and her dad was like, "I ain't gonna apologize. If you're a grown-up, act like a grown-up. You should have told him, and what does John got to do with my family anyways?" And Lacey said nothing, and Lacey started going to detail talking about how her dad wasn't there when she was younger. I guess he was always out at sea all the time for years at a time working. And so she said when he was around, since he wasn't around much, she didn't really listen to him. And she said her mom drank a lot, and that caused her to start drinking a lot at a young age, and then experimenting with drugs and partying. And back when John had a Facebook, he said Lacey was a crack baby. Here's a picture of Lacey and her mom and her dad back in the day, but her mom's face is blurred out. And Lacey looks so different. Oh my god. But this is what had me dead. Oh my god, this scene was fake as okay, when all of a sudden Lacey's dad all of a sudden got a camera in his car, and he don't have a camera in his car any other time, and he's on his way to John's house when John's staying with his friend. And he's going over to John's house, and when he don't, like, how does he even know where John lives? Because John said he was living with a friend. He wasn't staying at the same place he was before jail, so how does he know where he lives? And Lacey's dad's telling producers, I don't appreciate him telling Lacey that he's back on the block. Well, what the, oh my god, I just call it like I see it. You guys can hate on me if you want, but this scene was set up as so he goes and tells John to stay away from Lacey, and him and John are going back and forth, and John's like, "I'm about to knock you the F out." He's like, "Go, come on, come on, come on." Like the same thing like when they got in the fight at the beach, and then he ends up telling him to leave Lacey alone and leaves. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say how it is. People keep saying, would you rather have John or Shane? I'm sorry, but I'll take the dad. Lacey's dad's fine for an old guy. And I'm sorry, but I'm getting over Brittany's storyline, because this ain't Brittany's storyline. This is her mom's storyline. This whole season of Life After Lockup with Brittany has always been about her mom, and her mom doesn't even get paid for it. Brittany does. And, like, after her mom gets sober, what are you going to do next? Kind of like Andrea Lamar. Like, Andrea got to go start some stuff with somebody else since her and Shantae are cool so they can stay on the show and keep the drama coming. So Cynthia, storms out after trying to get her mom, Jackie, to acknowledge that she was the part of the reason that her mom turned out the way she did. And Brittany gave her a little pep talk, like, do you want to be like your mom when you get older? It's too late for her, but you have a chance to change. You got to face your fears, blah, blah, blah. Marcelino gave her mom a big hug. It was really sweet. And then Brittany wants her dad to meet all his grandbabies, so they're all waiting in. Her dad comes and visits her, and then he runs into Cynthia, her mom, which was awkward for them, because that's her ex-husband. And so then he took Brittany to the back, and he's like, what are you doing? Has your mom been getting high? And she's like, well, she has recently. He's like, you need to stay away from her. You're messing up your sobriety and damaging your family by keeping her around. And Brittany's like, I can't give up on her. And then the whole family all went out and went fishing in Alaska Lake, and Giovanni caught a fish. It was a cute moment. So Sean showed up to court to try to talk to Destiny. She didn't want to talk to him. She's like, you're a liar. You weren't who you told me you were, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, I just want you to talk to me. You owe me an explanation. She's like, I don't have to do nothing. He's like, I think you owe me that much at least talk to me before you leave. And she was getting all mad, saying she was about to rip his face off. And Destiny's sister was there all awkwardly. And she's like, I'm going to go. Be safe, guys. But mostly you, Sean. Because I guess she was worried about Sean. Because Destiny was all high and acting crazy. You could see the whole evil eye going on in her and all the track marks on her arm. She was looking bad. She was looking worse than she was in this old mugshot before she went to prison the time before. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. So Destiny gave her ring to Sean and stormed off in his car. And Sean was like, she's been scamming me this whole time. I'm upset. I didn't think it was going to go this way. And then he kept dropping the F-bomb left and right. He's like, she's been effing scamming me. She has my effing car. My credit card's already maxed out, so I just got to turn that off. He's like, I'm going to go get my car. I know where she's at because I got the address because that's where the pizza was ordered. For those of you who don't know, Destiny did try to sell Sean's car on Facebook Marketplace. I have a video about it. I think it's the video about Sean's new felon girlfriend, and you can watch that video for more details. But yeah, so Sean went and waited outside that house, and so she could show up and he could get his keys back. So he was waiting around the corner, and he called the tow truck company to come get his car and tow it to the lot. If that was him, I would have just blocked her car in that driveway and snatched my keys back. Let me know in the comments what you guys would have done if you were in Sean's shoes. And last but not least, we had Puppy and Amber. Puppy and Amber went to a lawyer to try to figure out what they could do about Vince not paying Puppy the money he was supposed to. I guess he gets military benefits from adopting Puppy, and he told Amber and Puppy he was going to get $256 every 2 weeks, and he was going to give that money to Amber and Puppy, which he didn't. And the lawyer told Puppy that as of the paperwork Puppy had, that if he was to die, she would inherit everything that he has. And then she tried to call Vince, and he's like, I feel like you and Amber are shysting me. And the lawyer said it's going to be about $15,000 to go after Vince. And Amber's telling Puppy, you can get in trouble too for going after him, and I don't want anything to get involved with that. I'm not trying to go back to prison. And she's like, I don't want anything to do with it, but I think Puppy's going to be relentless. And Sarah and Michael, I ain't even going to go much into it because it's the same old story. Michael goes back over to Sarah. Sarah's all still in love. They end up freaking, and same old drama. He leaves her, goes back to someone else. Even though they claim they're in an open marriage now, but, Sarah ain't going to be cool with that. I'm just sick of their storyline, too. Same old, Michael's never going to change. Alright, that's it for the Life After Lockup Trick or Cheat episode recap. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.